welcome to the channel. I'm back to break down this 10-game NBA DFS slate on DraftKings. Before we get into it, if you do enjoy the content at any point in this video, if you could please leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, that would be greatly appreciated. YouTube tells me that about 60% of my audience is not subscribed still. We're about 5 subscribers away from the 350 mark, and then we're on our way to 400. So if you do enjoy the content, if you could just take 1 second to do that, thank you so much for tuning into this video. And one last thing before we get into the breakdown, if you are interested in some further content from me, you can get access to my premium NBA projections, NBA data sheet, player stats, team stats, play context stats, core plays, injury impact insights, and NBA Discord chat access by becoming an NBA Patreon member of mine over here on Patreon, linked below in the description. All of that fun stuff. What I've done is I've gone ahead and I've put together a package. I've been playing DFS since 2016. I've gone together and I've put together a package where I offer everything that these other big sites offer for about $40, $30 a month, and put it together for $9.99 a month. Try to give back to the DFS community, so if you're interested in joining the KJK DFS team, check that out, link below in the description. And with all of that out of the way, let's get into this one today. So first game on the slate, Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Atlanta Hawks. LeBron James and Anthony Davis are listed as questionable as always. Trae Young is listed as questionable as well. So going to have to keep an eye on this one. I mean, I'd expect LeBron to be in. He's been listed as questionable every single game out. Anthony Davis, same thing really. He had to miss short period of time there, but he did end up playing Saturday, so I think he's fine, and I expect him to be back in this one. Trae Young's listed as questionable as well, and he is more so probable, so I'd expect all these guys to be in. DeAndre Hunter did get hurt last time out, so he's going to be out, which is going to open up some more minutes in the rotation for the Atlanta Hawks. Going to have some more interest in guys like Cam Reddish, Danilo Gallinari. Even a guy like John Collins could be expected to get some more rebounds, so a little bit of a usage bump with him being out. This game comes in with a 6-point spread. Right now, the over-under is not released, so I have to keep an eye on the over-under when it drops, but yeah, I mean, as mentioned, Danilo Gallinari, Cam Reddish are both going to become very good plays at their price tags. Well, Los Angeles Lakers aren't exactly the best matchup. These guys are very good defensively, so, you know, we could be dealing with a much better matchup with these two, but as far as the minutes are concerned in the usage, it's going to be there. There is no more DeAndre Hunter. This is a guy that was playing 40 minutes a game. Those minutes have to go somewhere. I'd look for Kevin Huerter to get a bump as well at 5'9". And yeah, these guys, I don't think their price tags are quite adjusted yet for the new rule that they're going to have with no DeAndre Hunter out there. I mean, Rajon Rondo's a guy at 3'8". Sure, you could say he's going to get some more runs, but he's more of a guard. So I tend to not think, you know, we could just jump on the Rajon Rondo train because, you know, it's going to impact the forwards a lot more than the guards. So Kevin Huerter, Dylan Nagari, Cam Reddish, more so forward-like players than on-ball point guards. And then Trae Young, Clint Capella continue to be great plays at their price tags, 9-3 and 8-8, with their involvement in the offense. Both these guys make a lot of sense. John Collins is getting hit pretty bad with no more, you know, dominant center minutes. He's kind of playing second fiddle to Clint Capella on the boards, which has impacted his fantasy point production. So I'd look more so to Clint Capella, Trae Young. On the Los Angeles Lakers side, it's really only LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I expect them to both be in. These role players, I mean, sure, you get a good matchup in Atlanta, but LeBron and Anthony Davis just soak up so much of that usage. It's tough to really go anywhere else. I mean, you could look to a guy like a Kentavious Caldwell-Pope at 3.7 at a cheaper price tag that's getting, you know, 20 minutes a game or so. He could get hot and put you up 30 DraftKings points. Sure, he could, but realistically, is he going to? More than likely not. He's more of a dart play, more of a fill-in position if we don't get better value on the slate, which I have a feeling we're going to because we're talking about 10 games today. So next game, Charlotte at Miami. As far as the Vegas lines are concerned, this one comes in with a 5-point spread in favor of the Miami Heat. There are no Vegas lines released. However, I'd expect this game to have a pretty decent over-under. Miami taking on Charlotte. Not one of the highest totals on the slate, but I'd expect it to be pretty respectable. So, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler returned last time out. He was a guy that I had a lot of interest in once we found that he's back because the Miami Heat record's not looking too good to start the season, and a lot of that's because Jimmy Butler has been out. He's kind of the head guy in this offense. So I'd expect Jimmy Butler to want to get some big W's here in his return. Expected him to go all out. Now, he was only priced at 7.3 last time, which made it really easy to click that plus button. Now he's priced at 8.4. So he is priced up a little more. However, with that being said, he gets a great matchup taking on Charlotte. I'm not too worried about their defense slowing him down. And same rule applies for Bam Adebayo. I think that Jimmy Butler being back helps Bam Adebayo a lot more than one would think. Takes a little less attention off him, more of an on-ball handler, pick and roll type of opportunity with Jimmy back in the offense. So like both of those guys. Tyler Hero, Goran Dragic are questionable, as well as Terry Rozier is concerned. Looking like, Hero's a true questionable. Goran Dragic's latest update is that he's a true questionable. And I know that Terry Rozier was unable to return to the game last time out, so I know he's a true questionable. Which means we could, don't get too excited, but we could get our first LaMelo Ball start for Charlotte. And if that's the case at 6'5", I don't think we care how priced up LaMelo Ball is. We're starting him. If he is in the starting lineup, we are all in on LaMelo Ball tonight because this is a guy that's been an absolute fantasy point per minute beast. Just needs the opportunity to actually get out there on the court and see starter minutes. And if Terry Rozier is out, I have a feeling this is going to be the first game we finally see that. So I would absolutely love LaMelo Ball at 6'5". Gordon Hayward at 7'5", I also do like. On the wing, getting a ton of minutes, mid-30s to upper, more towards 40 minutes a game. So you always got to have interest in Gordon Hayward. And Devontae Graham would also see an increase in usage as well. This is a guy that's consistently seeing mid-30s to 40 minutes, splitting time with Terry Rozier on-ball handling duty. Now, of course, LaMelo Ball would still take away some on-ball handling duties, but that's just one less guy to compete with for shots, and Devontae Graham would become a much more viable option, even though he's already seen his price tag dip to 6'4", which we love to see. So, yeah. As far as the Miami side, I'm not really looking at anyone else with Jimmy Butler back. If Goran Dragic is out, sure, you could play a Kendrick Nunn, you could play Duncan Robinson, but I think these role players' minutes are going to be spread a little too thin for my liking. I'd rather stick to the main options in this offense. So, New York taking on Chicago. Julius Randle at 9.2 has been an absolute beast all year long. This game comes in with a 218.5 over-under, so not exactly the highest total on the slate, I'm sure. Expected to be somewhat of a slow-paced game. It's a 4-point spread in favor of the Chicago Bulls. So, not going to have a ton of interest in this one, but however, I will say the usage and who we're going to is very predictable. Otto Porter Jr. is listed as questionable. If he is out, we could expect Chandler Hutchison and Thaddeus Young to see some more minutes, some more runs. So Thaddeus Young at 5'7", putting up 43 and 41 DraftKings points the last two times out. Already seeing 30 minutes a game is a very intriguing value play at 5'7" for his role lately. And then as far as, the roles being predictable, I mean, these top 4 or 5 guys are all the ones you're looking to in this game. It's pretty simple. Outside of an Alec Burks, who we'll get to later. But it's Julius Randle, it's Zach LaVine, it's Lauri Markkanen, it's RJ Barrett at the top here. All these guys getting a lot of minutes, getting a lot of usage, mid-30s to 40 minutes for Julius Randle. We've seen his upside in the Chicago front court. Does not scare me defensively. A very good matchup for him, taking on the defense of a guy like a Lauri Markkanen. Julius Randle should absolutely beast and feast in this one, so I love him. Zach LaVine at 9K. Pace is a little too slow for me in this one to be playing Zach LaVine. I was high on him last time out, but probably would be skipping over him, even though he's getting the usage. I think his price tag is a little too high to get you there. Lauri Markkanen at 6'8" makes a lot more sense. Put up 42 DraftKings points last time out, shooting 6 for 11 from behind the arc. So he's a big man that will absolutely stroke it from behind the arcs. 11 shot attempts from behind the arc is a great sign because you get that half-point bonus on DraftKings. So we love it that he's shooting a lot of three-pointers. RJ Barrett at 6'7". Once again, big mid-30s to 40 minutes, a lot of usage guy, so he makes some sense. And Kobe White, 6'6". Mid-30 minutes, getting usage. Makes sense at his price tag. I like these guys a lot more than having to pay $9K for Zach LaVine in a high-paced game. Julius Randle is a little bit of a different story because he's a big man. He just gets such a big matchup, and even though it's a slower-paced game, he can still get your rebounds, assists, points. Much more of a rebounding threat, which makes it easier to play him in a slower-paced game than it would be playing a guy like Zach LaVine, who's a lot more scoring-dependent and needs those possessions. Alec Burks at 4'7", I continue to love if he's getting the minutes, but we've seen his minutes cut recently. The New York rotation is going a little more thin. We have guys like Alec Burks, Elfrid Payton, Austin Rivers all switching minutes, and Reggie Bullock. So I'm not really looking to go to any of these guards now. Rotation's getting a little too spread thin for my liking. Minnesota taking on Cleveland. This game just happened. So run it back, I guess. Colin Sexton, a guy that I really liked last time out and really disappointed. 35 minutes. He got hurt early on in the game, came back, and he just never really put up much points. Put up 24 DraftKings points, which is just really underwhelming. And he was priced at 6.7. Now he's priced up to 7K. So DraftKings didn't help us with his price tag increase. Karl-Anthony Towns is listed as questionable in this one. So keep an eye on that if he's returning. Of course, that's going to shake up the Minnesota rotation. Naz Reid wouldn't get his minutes he's been getting. D'Angelo Russell, a guy that has seen all the usage but has only played like 20 minutes a game. I almost feel like they're saving him for when Cat returns. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah. Anyways, as far as the Vegas lines are concerned in this one, we're dealing with a 5-point spread in favor of the Cleveland Cavaliers. There is no over-under release. I'd expect this game to be somewhat of a low total. We did see Anthony Edwards put up a big game last time out at 5.6. He continues to see more. I mean, 25 DraftKings points last time against Philly. It looks like DraftKings has not updated their game logs because I know he had a very big game last time out against the same team. So I'm not sure exactly how many DraftKings points he put up, but point being, his role is going to continue to grow as the first-round pick. They're going to want to see him continue to grow. Malik Beasley continues to be a great play at 6.7. If there is no Karl-Anthony Towns. And yeah, that's pretty much the extent of my interest in this one, honestly. On the Cleveland side, it's Andre Drummond, it's Colin Sexton. Not really trying to get cute with any of these other guards. Darius Garland had some ownership last time out at 5.9, which is understandable considering he's getting, 30 minutes a game. He could definitely get you there at his price tag. It's just, Colin Sexton and Andre Drummond have much more solidified roles, so that's pretty much my overall breakdown there. Not expected to have the most interest in the game. This next game expected to be a very fast one. Portland taking on Milwaukee. A 235.5 over under with a 10-point spread in favor of the Milwaukee Bucks. So some really good pace in this one. They're going to have a lot of interest in targeting this game. Damian Lillard at 10.7 now, all the way up to 10.7 with no CJ McCollum. We saw this guy put up 67 DraftKings points last time out. And, yeah, I mean, he's going to continue to shoot. He shot 17 3-point attempts last time out. And he was 8 for 7 from behind the arc, 15 for 26 on the day. So, I mean, Damian Lillard's perfectly capable of going like 15 for 17 on the given night. I know that's a crazy accurate night, but Damian Lillard's more than capable, and we could see that in this one. So keep an eye on him because you're going to want to be getting him in your lineups a lot. Giannis Antetokounmpo on the other side, same rule applies to him. He's 11K. He's listed as probable. In an up-tempo game, we've seen this guy be going absolutely crazy lately. 63, 67, 72 DraftKings points. So, I mean, Giannis and Damian Lillard are going to be top priorities on this slate in this up-tempo game. If we do get the value to fit in around these guys, I would love playing both of them in my lineups because up-tempo game, tons of usage to go around. There's a reason these guys are priced up the way they are. Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday at 8.5 and 7.7 are a little less intriguing. I'm going to continue to fade Chris Middleton. He's priced up way too much for my liking at 8.5. And Drew Holiday has been priced cheaper, but now even he's seeing a price bump increase. So really, I'm just looking to play Giannis Antetokounmpo. Could play a Drew Holiday. He is still priced a little cheaper, but Enes Kanter, Gary Trent Jr., also very intriguing options on the Portland side with no CJ McCollum. Both these guys have seen a big increase in their usage. Gary Trent Jr. putting up some big performances recently. 32, 34 DraftKings points. Now, he has seen his price tag climb from 5.2 to 5.7, unfortunately, so he's going to have to continue to really be productive to get you there, and Robert Covington is back on the Portland side. So, Robert Covington, Carmelo Anthony, these guys are going to cut into his minutes now. Robert Covington was out for a second there. Yeah, but that's pretty much my overall breakdown on this one. I mean, really interested in Giannis Antetokounmpo, really interested in Damian Lillard. So they're going to be very big priorities for me on this slate. Sacramento taking on New Orleans. This game should be fun for sure. As far as the Vegas totals are concerned, this one's also a very fast-paced game. A 232.5 over-under with a 3.5-point spread in favor of the New Orleans Pelicans. So, we have Portland at Milwaukee. We have Sacramento at New Orleans. Two very, very high-paced games that we're going to want to prioritize on the slate. De'Aaron Fox, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, Buddy Hield, Rashawn Holmes, Eric Bledsoe, Harrison Barnes, Lonzo Ball. All these guys at the top here are going to be viable options. Steven Adams is listed as questionable. So that's going to be interesting. We're going to have to see which lineup the New Orleans Pelicans decide to roll out there. Definitely keep an eye on that one because if they decide to go small ball or something, which I could see in this matchup against Sacramento. I mean, Sacramento's biggest guy is Rashawn Holmes, who's not exactly a traditional center. So I could see this game going pretty small if Steven Adams misses. So guys like Josh Hart, Nickeil Alexander-Walker would become very intriguing options off the bench. And I'm going to continue to like Lonzo Ball and Eric Bledsoe. I think these guys are way underpriced for their roles. Lonzo Ball only seeing 28 minutes last time on the back-to-back. I think that had a lot to do with the fact that it was a back-to-back, and I'd expect him to continue to see, mid-30s to 40 minutes. Same rule applies for Eric Bledsoe at only 6K. Mid-30s to 40 minutes. He only got 29 on the back-to-back. But that was mentioned in the press conference by the coaching staff that they were going to be limiting minutes. So I think we can go back to these guys. I'm going to love – I don't even know where to start. De'Aaron Fox, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, Buddy Hield. I love all these guys in this fast up-tempo game. All priced in the low 8K range. All have, 55-plus fantasy point upside. So it's going to come down to roster construction, fitting these guys in with the other pieces that we like on this slate. We had mentioned we like Damian Lillard. We like Giannis Antetokounmpo. I want to prioritize those guys. Could we go with more of an even mid-level build with a lot of the pieces in this game? I think so. We got Buddy Hield in the revenge narrative taking on his former team in the Pelicans. I love him at 6'5". Harrison Barnes, Marvin Bagley continue to see. Harrison Barnes specifically, he put up 44, 37, and 42 DraftKings points. Then he put up a dud last time out, only putting up 18, but he's literally playing like 38 minutes a game. So a lot of minutes out on the court. Marvin Bagley at 5'9". Continues to see his minutes somewhat limited. So it's really these main core guys. You've got to love every single one of these guys. De'Aaron Fox, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, Buddy Hield, Rashawn Holmes, Eric Bledsoe, Lonzo Ball, Harrison Barnes, and then don't forget about Halliburton down here at 5'2", and then Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Josh Hart. Halliburton's a great option at only 5'2", and Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Josh Hart, as mentioned, if Steven Adams is out, I do think we could see this game go small. I do think that both of these guys have a bunch of upside in this pace, so tons of interest to be had in that one for sure. I spent a lot of time on it, but for good reason. Houston taking on Oklahoma City. Christian Wood at 8'9". This game comes in right now with a 223.5 over-under with a 5-point spread in favor of the Houston Rockets. So not exactly the top-paced game. Definitely not as fast as the two games we just discussed. So who we're looking to go to, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the Oklahoma City side continues to see a bunch of usage at 8-1 on the Oklahoma City side. He makes a lot of sense because he's getting a lot more usage compared to the Houston side where they're splitting usage between like Christian Wood, Victor Oladipo, John Wall. A lot of hands on the ball, so to speak. So tough deciding who we're wanting to play here. If you're asking me to pick, I'm picking John Wall because of the price tag decrease. He's only 6'9" compared to Victor Oladipo's 8K. So he does make a lot of sense. And then anyone else in the game, I'm not really all too interested in, to be honest. It's pretty straightforward. Al Horford on the OKC side is the second guy I'm looking to play. It's really Al Horford, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's it. Al Horford putting up 49 and 37 DraftKings points since returning. Has been priced up to 6'1", but we don't really care. Last time he played was on the 29th. So 50-plus fantasy point upside at 6'1". You got to love him. And yeah, pretty quick breakdown there, but we know who we're going to. David Nwaba is hurt, so maybe some extra minutes to be had in the rotation for like Daniel House Jr., PJ Tucker, Sterling Brown, but I still think these minutes down here are getting a little spread thin. Daniel House Jr. probably the most intriguing option, being able to jump on his price tag right now where it is because I'd expect his minutes to increase. So, and then lastly, Eric Gordon at 5'6". You could play. Not getting a ton of usage. A guy that's capable of getting hot and getting a lot of three-pointers down, so makes some sense. Phoenix taking on Dallas. Devin Booker is listed as questionable after missing the last couple of games. It's looking like he is a true questionable. He's missed 4 consecutive games, but he has a chance of returning. I would expect him to return, honestly, in this one. If he continues to be out, we're going to like Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton a lot more. As far as the total in this game right now is concerned, there is no total released. It is a 1.5-point spread in favor of the Dallas Mavericks. I would expect this total to come out at a somewhat low total. Both teams have been, not the fastest in pace. Both teams pretty decent defensively. So I'm going to be honest. If both these teams are healthy, I'm not really interested in anyone. Luka Doncic is going to soak up all the usage on the Dallas side, and it's not a fast enough pace game for me to like him. So it's going to take away from these other guys that are priced down here, and he's going to use all the shots up, and I don't like him because the pace is going to be too slow. Chris Paul, I won't like as much if Devin Booker's back. If Devin Booker's out, we can continue to play Chris Paul, putting up 59 DraftKings points last time in the same matchup because of all the usage he will get with no Devin Booker. So I would love Chris Paul if he's out. If Devin Booker is out, that is. And then Jay Crowder and Mikal Bridges would become much more intriguing options as well. If Devin Booker's back, all these guys are going to immediately become not so interesting. So keep an eye on that news. That will dictate whether we're looking to play him. Christophe Sporzingis continues to see his price tag dip down. He's at 7.6 now. Now, he was up at like 8.2, and I was saying just fade him, fade him, fade him. However, that was when he was priced at 8.2. Now he's down to 7.6. Even if he's getting low 30 minutes, Christophe Sporzingis has the upside to get you 50 DraftKings points in limited minutes. So he does make a lot of sense on this slate today. Might be the first time I'm locking in some Christophs in my lineups. Memphis taking on San Antonio. This game comes in right now with a 221 over under 3.5 point spread in favor of the San Antonio Spurs. And both of these rotations are going to be very frustrating going forward. We've seen some not so good production recently. DeMar DeRozan putting up 7.75 DraftKings points last time out, playing 25 minutes. I was one that got burnt by DeMar DeRozan last time out for sure because he's a guy that's consistently playing like mid 30 minutes. Just randomly played 25 minutes. I would tend to think he's going to be back on his normal minutes here, but they just said, oh, we're going to spread the whole rotation thin. Same rule kind of applies for Memphis. I mean, John Morant only played 28 minutes, a starter that you would think would get mid 30 minutes. So this game is one I would tell you to have interest in, but we're seeing some weird rotation stuff. DeJounte Murray only played 28 minutes last time out. They're giving more minutes to Patty Mills, Lonnie Walker, that kind of thing. So play whoever you want, I guess. Jonas Valanciunas, Jaren Jackson continue to be out, so that makes Tillman an intriguing value option as always. He was only priced at 3.5 last time out, though. Now he's at 4.8. He barely put up 24 DraftKings points. So, I mean, play him if you want. We've been waiting for him to have like a 40-point upside game. He's more than capable, but you're playing him at 3.5, and he was barely squeaking out mid-low 20 DraftKings points. So, kind of scary going there. Kyle Anderson at 5.8, Keldon Johnson at 5.7, both very intriguing value options, but only saw low 20 minutes, so I'd love to tell you guys that I know these guys are going to get mid-30 minutes. They're going to get starter minutes, and I love them because I did like them last time out, but that's just not the case. So have fun with the Memphis-San Antonio rotation saga. Hopefully these guys get starter minutes. If they do, you play them. If they don't get starter minutes and you play them, you're going to not be happy. So you're going to have to pick one side of the fence to be on as far as those two teams are concerned. Last game of the slate, Detroit taking on Denver. Nikola Jokic comes in with a 10-9 price tag. This game comes with a 9.5 point spread. Expected to be a blowout. I wouldn't expect this game to have the fastest pace either, so kind of limited interest in this one. If I'm picking guys, I'm not really looking to pay up for Nikola Jokic in a game that's expected to not be so close, where his price tag has jumped all the way back up to 10-9. Rather be playing Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo in that other game. Guys on the Denver side I'd be playing, really, it's Michael Porter Jr. at 6.5. He continues to be underpriced for his upside. Only seeing 19 and 20 minutes the last two times out, though, so a little confused as to what's going on there. Blake Griffin, Mason Plumlee continue to be intriguing options at 5.9 and 5.3. Low-priced guys that are bigs that can get the job done for you, but once again, both of these rotations, tons of guys with minutes. We're just going to spread them out thin and not give anyone solidified minutes. We got Wayne Ellington, Mason Plumlee, Blake Griffin, DeLon Wright, Jeremiah Grant, Josh Jackson, Derrick Rose, Isaiah Stewart, Sadiq Bey. I'm not looking to go to these teams that are going to give everyone 20 minutes. No, thank you. I'd rather go to a team in a competitive game that I know I'm getting minutes. So, DeLon Wright, probably my favorite option on the Detroit side. Getting consistent starter minutes as far as But, yeah, I mean, the guy played 27 and 23 minutes the last 2 times out. If you call that consistent start, I mean, it's have fun. I don't know. It's just these teams with these rotations are frustrating. Gary Harris is listed as questionable, so I guess that could free up a few more minutes on the Denver side. Maybe an intriguing value play in Monte Morris, a guy we haven't really got a chance to play this year. Monte Morris is a very good fantasy point per minute producer when he gets more minutes, but he needs more minutes, and this game might be the one he gets it because there's going to be more minutes to go around. Maybe a blowout, maybe more minutes with no Gary Harris. So, yes. But with all that being said, I got to give you guys my lock of the night. Let's get into it. And my lock of the night tonight is going to be LaMelo Ball at this 6.5 price tag. I am anticipating Terry Rozier to have to miss time. Unfortunately, we don't have the official news on that, but I'm going to go ahead and assume we're going to see LaMelo Ball get his first career start in this one at this 6.5 price tag. This is a guy that's a 6-man off the bench that we were seeing priced all the way up to 7.9 at one point on DraftKings because of how ridiculous he was producing. He's down at 6.5. He might finally get his first start. I do think he's going to get his first start, and he is going to absolutely crush this 6.5 price tag. If he does, he's going to get you rebounds, assists, steals, points, all of the above. LaMelo Ball is the full package, and I absolutely love him at this 6.5 price tag, and it's what is expected to be his first NBA start. Going out on a limb saying he's going to start, guys, but I absolutely love the situation if he does, and he is my lock of the night. So there you have it, guys. LaMelo Ball at 6.5. Get him in your lineups. Absolutely going to love him in his first career start. Hoping that stays true. Hoping he actually does get that start, and I think he will. So if you did enjoy the content, please leave a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to check out my Patreon package linked below in the description. Get access to my premium NBA projections, NBA data sheets, all of that fun stuff, core plays. Getting a lot of good feedback on that. So sign up today and start winning some money. Become part of the KJK DFS team. Thank you so much for tuning into the video. We will see you in the next one. Good luck, everybody.